I've always wanted to be a teacher. I've been teaching for over 20 years. With everything going on, we've had to alter our classroom settings. We have to transition into virtual learning. On the network, we can have teachers face-to-face with a student in live time. They can raise their hand and ask questions. They can type questions. We just need to make sure that the education is continuing.
At Verizon, we're here and we're ready to keep students and teachers connected. That's why Verizon and the New York Times are giving every high school in America free digital access to Times journalism.
Hi, good afternoon, noon here on the East Coast, and hello to all of our viewers around the world. What you just saw there is a new piece. This morning we introduced with our partnership with the New York Times, offering access to high school students so they can stay up on the news and know exactly what's going on, and students can let their schools know that they want to be a part of that. So it's another great thing of how we're keeping people connected. We've got a lot of updates for you over the weekend coming up. So we will go to Hans, we'll hear from Joe, and we will also hear from Christy. So let's start out with Hans. Hans, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Hey, Jeremy, how are you doing? V-teamers out there, I hope you're doing fine despite these times. Let me start by just saying something about the clip we saw. I mean, you all know that we have been very committed to education for a long time with our Verizon Innovative Learning, that we, in this process, also have increased the data for all those children that need to work from home right now. And we already have our partnership with the New York Times, where we have been giving that also to those children. This next step in our commitment for youth is, of course, that we're now going to offering New York Times digital edition with all their content to all high school students in the United States. I mean, that's some 14 million students that can get access to this. And of course, in this time, getting access to the latest content where there's so many information and coming out from different outlets, we think this is a great way to also give the students that possibility, and the teachers, to be honest, because they can use that content. So it's just a commitment to do right things in these times, both as a company, but also with our partners that we've worked with before. Ultimately, it's all about seeing that the students are connected and having the right information. Reminds me of why we're here and what we're doing here. Every noon we talk about the employee safety and health. That's so important to us, and we are continuously monitoring the situation and getting outreach from across the globe what's happening here. And the Emergency Operations Center with Joe and Christy are doing a heroic job to keep that together and answering all your questions, and they will continue to do so in these times. The other is, of course, to keep our networks up. I have already this morning had 3 calls with 3 CEOs. All of them are thanking us for what we're doing with the networks across the globe and here in the US. So that just reminds me about the fantastic work our field force is doing and our frontline employees, because it is a tough time right now, and it's even a little bit tougher in the US right now, because right now the pandemic is in the main focus in the United States right now, where the majority of our employees is right now. So the concerns are increasing, the information is increasing, and the new principles and rules how to act in this situation also, and the recommendation are increasing. That's why it's become so important to continue with this communication. And today we're going to talk more about what we need to do here in the US and our next steps, because it's a lot of things happening here at the moment. So that's the summary of the day. So Jeremy, back to you.
Awesome, Hans. Thanks so much for that. And you talk about our employees here in the States, but also around the world, doing a lot of good right now. Just posted to social within the last 15 to 20 minutes, I think it was, a new thank you for our engineers, our technicians, our store employees, our customer service reps. I want to share that with you right now, though.
To all our Verizon employees, we've never been so proud of our technicians, engineers, store employees, and customer service reps who are doing critical work all over the country. At a time when the country is forced to be apart, you're helping us come together. Our customers are making an average of 800 million calls and 8 billion texts per day, and you've kept our network reliable through it all, keeping people connected and safe at home. So thank you. Because of you, we're here and we stand ready.
mean, those words, "we're here and we stand ready," those resonate for a lot of our network team, and a story about that coming up. But first, want to go to Joe Russo for a quick update as to what's happening in his neck of the woods today. Joe, how are you?
I'm good, Jeremy, and thank you so much. I appreciate the time to update the V team on some important changes that are happening this week related to our COVID-19 operating model. These changes largely are going to impact our teammates who are unable to work from home. The first that I want to highlight is a significant adjustment to our dispatch strategy. This week, we will be implementing new installation and repair procedures for homes and small businesses that will heighten the protections we have already in place for our installation and maintenance technicians. So for consumer and small business installations, we will only be dispatching for critical services, such as designated telecommunications service priority circuits, critical government agencies, public safety, and healthcare facilities. All other home and small business installation work will be put on hold. For consumer and small business repairs, with the exception of those critical services and medical emergencies, we will no longer be entering the premise to repair. We will instead be working to resolve troubles while staying outside, and where necessary, we'll interact with our customers verbally to walk them through any inside troubleshooting or repair steps they need to make. The second change that we're making is due to some new guidance we received from the CDC on Friday. On Friday, the CDC recommended wearing cloth-based coverings in public settings where other social distancing measures are difficult to maintain, and also especially in areas that have significant community-based transmission. Read that as lots of COVID cases. We have already seen similar orders from around the world, and you can find more information about this new guidance and face coverings on our coronavirus resource page. We posted it late last night. But as a result of this change in guidance, U.S.-based V-teamers who are not working from home should follow the CDC recommendation. The CDC has stressed that they are not recommending the use of N95 respirators or surgical masks, but rather cloth-based facial coverings. And they would like us to reserve those respirators and surgical masks for other specific uses. In anticipation of this change, last week we placed orders for bandana style and reusable cloth face coverings. We expect these supplies to arrive early this week, and we will begin to make several types of face coverings available to our employees, starting with many of our field technicians tomorrow and other employees later in the week. Until we are able to source and supply you with a face covering, we are absolutely fully supportive of you obtaining your own or making your own and wearing it to work. I know that this is going to feel very strange for many of us, but the CDC has determined that this is another important step to reduce the spread of this virus. It does not, however, replace in any way the social distancing and other enhanced hygiene guidance that we are already working under. I want to make sure that folks understand that this is not a replacement for those things. So once again, and I love that video, a special thanks to all the V-teamers out there who are taking care of themselves, their families, their teams, and our customers. So I'll turn it back to you, Jeremy.
Hey, Joe, thanks so much for that. And you mentioned, our teams out there doing work. Heard about this story last week and wanted to bring it all to you today. The network team, the wireless network team out in Portland, Oregon, doing some site surveys when all of this started and realized that there was a hospital there that could use a bit more coverage. So take a look at this and see how they quickly sprung into action.
We got to know about St. Vincent Providence Hospital's low coverage issue late March, and we jumped on it immediately. We got to know that the first 3 floors was covered by a repeater-fed DAS, but the main building itself has about 9 floors, and the top 6 floors had degraded signal quality.
Looking at this particular hospital and how our site covers it today, one sector covers the hospital and another sector covers the freeway.
We realized that for this sector, most of the traffic came from the intersection of 2 major highways, which is a lifeline for the west of Portland. We realized that now, because of everybody staying at home, this was a very good opportunity to direct this sector towards where it's needed, and hence the sector swing made sense. When we do a sector swing, we swing a sector from point A where there is less traffic to point B where there's more traffic where our customers need our service.
We actually increased the signal by about 10 dB in terms of our signal strength. That is a very large increase, and that provides a much higher quality signal inside the hospital.
As planned, the connections increased, and now they can actually use the signal to connect. All this takes, on a normal day, weeks of planning to deployment. In this situation, we got it done as a team in 1 day.
We definitely had an urgency to this project. We knew that this hospital was right at the forefront of getting more cases. We could actually see the traffic increasing on this hospital.
It gives an immense sense of job satisfaction when I'm involved in projects like these. You feel a sense of belonging, you feel you're a part of a team, you feel you're part of a community, and I'm really honored that I was given this opportunity.
Oh, that's incredible. The quick work they did there. You know, you heard them say it took, usually would take weeks. They did it in a day to make sure that hospital is connected. Up next, Christy is joining us for some updates as well. Christy, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great, Jeremy. Thanks so much. And looking forward to talking with all the V-teamers around the world today. Just want to build on a couple of the updates you heard already from Hans and Joe on this broadcast. You catched from Joe's update is that he and I and the crisis response teams are constantly monitoring changing situation factors as well as guidance from the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, and the World Health Organization. And so today we came with some important updates related to that, but we want you to know you can also always look at the COVID employee response page on our webpage so you can get the most up-to-date information. And we've provided everything you're hearing from Joe and I today on that page already. So you could go there after this broadcast and follow up on that, or drop us your questions in the Ask Christy box. Knowing this would drive a lot of questions, we also created a frequently asked questions section on the page. So you should be able to read through those, see if your questions are answered. And then if not, we've got a team helping answer all the questions that you may pose. So first, I wanted to highlight that and remind everybody this is really just top of mind for us in a really ever-changing global situation. Another thing is it's a really big day for us and consumers. So we had a process we ran all last week with our V-teamers in consumer, in particular in the retail team. And everyone completed a survey. They've heard from Krista over the weekend, and folks are kind of moving into their assignments this week. A number of our colleagues are going to go back and join the team that's been helping keep the stores open on the limited distributed footprint that we have available right now. And then we also have a number of folks that are going to be getting equipment sent to their homes and online training so they can pick up and contribute in some of the additional roles that we have folks moving into to support our customers. So we're really excited. A great example of all the ways everybody on the V team is coming together to play whatever role they can to help us do our global mission of keeping people connected. And then finally, Jeremy, at the end of the week, on Friday after the broadcast, we transitioned to a dialogue with Guru and Deepak Chopra and a whole session on mindfulness. And we got so many positive messages from employees about that session that we wanted to build on that. So throughout the week, this week, we will be having mindfulness workshops. They're 10 minutes in length. You could find the sign up for those on the employee resource page for COVID. They'll be offered throughout the week in multiple languages, and they're offered live. So please look for those, tune in and sign up. And it's another way we're trying to keep our employees safe and healthy, as well as helping care and feed for everybody's well-being and their mindfulness. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you, Christy. Yeah, if you missed that conversation on Friday, you can go download the Inside Verizon app right now and give that a watch and listen to a lot of great things shared there. So I want to jump into some questions now. Joe, going to start with you. You talked about the CDC recommendations and the change in the dispatch strategy. Folks want to know, are we also recommending our vendors or other partners to wear face coverings or where there'll be face coverings for them if they have to go into any of our locations?
Yeah, great question. Thank you. Earlier this morning, we drafted a letter to all of our partners and suppliers and vendors who we work in and around to make sure that they knew about the new guidance and that we are also recommending that if they're working in our facilities or out in public on behalf of Verizon, that they're also following the CDC guidance.
Good to know, Joe. And real quick clarification on the other piece too. If you're working from home, is there a need to wear a mask if you're in your house or you're doing the things that we're doing right now?
Yeah, no, the CDC guidance is really when you're out in public. And specifically, they're trying to highlight those areas where social distancing is a little harder to maintain. Think about a grocery store as an example where you're passing people in the aisles. They're really encouraging Americans to cover their nose and mouth with these cloth facial coverings to reduce the possibility that we could be spreading the virus.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. Christy, I know you mentioned the training for the retail redeployment. What type of work will that entail now? And if someone didn't take the survey, is there a chance for them to still be a part of that? Some questions about that have come in.
Thanks so much for that. So first, of course, throughout the whole company, we want everybody to have a way to stay connected and contribute. So we'll also begin to post through our VZ Careers opportunities for people to see roles that are going to be open. We have a lot of opportunities still for people to transfer roles inside the company. Second, our retail team members are going to start taking on roles providing additional customer support, telesales, outreach to customers, as well as also help with VBG conferencing services. And we're also engaging with other leaders across the entire VLC to see what are other ways our V-teamers can contribute in this new way of working that we're all adopted to keep us doing as well as we can in this time.
Good to know. Thank you for that, Christy. Hans, saw you on Good Morning America this morning talking about the deal with the New York Times. Why are things like that and so important? And how did that come to life? I know we've had a long-standing partnership with them, but give us some of the inside baseball on that one.
So the inside baseball, as they say here in the US, is of course that you talk to a lot of your partners constantly these times. I mean, Diego, that is running our marketing, we talk to all our partners constantly. And of course, in those conversations, we always discuss what can we do better for society. This was, of course, from our partnership that we already have from New York Times, that we thought that this would be a great idea to extend that digital content from New York Times to all the high school students, because we all know they are sitting home and studying, and we know the teachers want to get the latest information, and this is subscriber-based content from the New York Times that you wouldn't get if you don't buy it. So we do that for free. So that's how they come about, and that's with many others as well. I mean, that you have discussion with other CEOs, what they are doing, or the things we can do together, because this is a time when you need to come together as a community and a society. And I think that many of the business leaders I talk to, they feel a huge responsibility for actually doing right for the society as well. Sometimes it's hard to find things, but if we then come together and have conversations about it, we always come up with things we can do together. So I expect to see more of this type of collaboration that is benefiting society, where global companies coming together.
Yeah, that's a good point there. And also, I saw over the weekend you had a chance to go out and do a run with Hans with your son. So it's important to practice social distancing. But finally, here in the Northeast, at least,
it didn't go that well, by the way. But that's another story.
I wasn't going to bring that up, so that's all on you. Those are the sports that we can talk about right now. Christy, a follow up. You and Hans talked a lot Friday. about the Pulse survey and the action items that you're taking out of there. Where does that stand, and what are the next pieces that employees should know about?
Thanks for that. And again, for the V-teamers that took the Pulse survey, we really appreciate it. We heard from almost 100,000 of you. So our key items that we're rolling actions against this week are making sure that we continue to communicate with everybody. So we've got people dislocated and in a lot of different settings, newly working from home, even if folks are out working in the retail locations or on the dispatches, as you've heard from myself or Joe, these are still modified with the ways we're interacting with the customers or servicing and dispatching to accounts. So I think one of the most important things that employees told us is keep communicating with me for how you want me to be working with all the new ways that my job is morphing or I'm taking on new assignments. So that's one of our key priorities that we're focused on. And then second, all of the efforts to keep making sure people know how to stay safe and employee wellness practices in this time. So we're going to double down on communication, and we're going to really focus on those two things. How do people feel like they know what to do in their job, and how do they know how to stay safe? We'll also be back doing another pulse here in the short term on this very topic. But this week, all of our leaders have the information, and if there's something that sticks out in their group that they want to highlight, teams might hear more about that.
Good. Thank you for that. And as always, if any folks have questions, you obviously have the Ask Christy page to get those directly into Christy and team, but you can also send them to us at live@verizon.com. I'm watching as they come in to see if anything needs to be addressed. With that, though, Hans, let's go ahead and start the wrap up, and a final thought from you today, please.
Yeah, I just want to remind everyone this crisis is extremely critical right now, and you cannot remind people enough about the importance of staying health and safety in these times. I think that what Joe talked about, we have already very strict rules for our feed force. We're just taking that up a notch right now, and that's why it's so important to listen to these updates and getting the information. We will do everything to safeguard all our employees in this process, as we are also keeping the networks up. But it's a very critical and really hard situation. We also need to remember that. When it comes to a little bit what Christy talked about, I think that's important that now we had over 73% of all the V-teamers responding to the pulse. We as leaders, and now I only talk to the leaders, we have a responsibility to come back on that feedback and take our actions. Christy and I, together with our executive team, have taken our two actions that we think we need to do better: work from home, more information, and then continue with this communication. As it's so evolving, things that will happen on Friday, is today extremely important to communicate, and probably things tomorrow will be important. So we will continue to communicate around that. And finally, I'm thanking all the V-teamers again for the work they're doing, and all the hard and tough decisions we take every day to both see that we're staying safe in this time, but also continue to run this company and support our customers. And there are so many customer stories and so many customers that I talk to that they are 100% depending on what we are doing today. And I'm proud to represent the V-teamers when I talk to them. And I'm proud of what we're doing, guys. And we just need to keep it up. But remember, it is a sensitive and a critical situation where, regardless where you are in the world, and you need to think about your health and safety. So by that, I guess I hand it back to you, Jeremy, and I will see you tomorrow.
Awesome, Hans. Thanks. Looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And a reminder, we can't say it enough. Don't forget how important these devices are right here. There's my phone popping up right there. See, I'll put a picture of my wife on her wedding day. But it's important to connect with those you live with, those maybe you haven't talked to in a while, your old friends. I know we have a lot of folks who, maybe they don't have a partner, so they do have other friends that they can be sure to talk to and keep those connections going, because it is so important that we do that right now. But we'll be back with you again tomorrow. Till next time, you're up to speed.